Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for the 26th, 27th, and 28th of February, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is a full moon weekend. Now, you know that when it's the weekend reading, I am using my two Radley Valentine decks, Angel Tarot cards for the main message, Archangel Power Tarot cards. I will pull one. I'll also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. I've prayed, meditated, and infused all the cards, all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. Some might even say a messenger. My job is just to deliver the message. I open myself to higher power. That's where the message comes from. Okay, now, we do have a full moon. This is on the 27th in the morning. It's at 0317, so 3:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, full moon. So that would be, Friday night, Saturday morning, depending on where you're at. It is in Virgo. It is trining Uranus, which is in Taurus right now, and Mars in Taurus also. It's also opposite Venus. So there's a lot of positivity to this moon. This is actually kind of a even though there's a lot of earth energy to it, there's a lot of getting down to earth, getting down to business type of energy. But this has a very much a kind of taken a lot of control back into our own hands. This is, really what what is it that we've been wanting? What is it that we've been hoping for? And again, too, I do feel a lot of control coming back into our own hands. But the thing is, it's not being given to us as much as it is we are taking it. Okay? I'm hearing we are taking it back. And now granted, does it all come all the time? No. Does it all come at once? No. But again, it is the more and more and more. Now, the full moon energy will be around for a good 14 days until we come to that new moon. Remember, new moon to full moon is when we request. Full moon to new moon is when we get rid of the baggage, and the full moon in itself is when we release, relinquish, and request. So that's releasing what's holding us back. What is holding us back? It could be a spiritual thing, it could be an emotional thing, but it also could be very much in the physical too. So it could be, are we afraid? And that's what we're afraid, that's what's keeping us. That's what, what we need to release. Or is it something that is actually more in that natural, maybe it's possibly it's a toxic relationship. Remember, relationships, work, job, career, personal, interpersonal, intimate, family, or home. So maybe it's more in that natural, and that's something else we need to release. Relinquish is actually giving it up, giving something up of your free will. It's not necessarily having it being taken from you as much as it is saying, no, I don't want this anymore. This is not my path anymore. And then, of course, request. Request is the wonderful part where it's like, now that we've gotten some space, now that we've cleared out, I like to liken it to my garage. Now that I've done some garage sales and I've, cleaned up my garage, now I have space to bring in. And that's when we ask for those things that will help us, will benefit us, will bring us to that better pathway. I'm always a little bit leery about being too specific with what I request, because sometimes what I request is so narrow that, I feel that sometimes I miss out on that bigger picture. So if you are worried about money, or if you do not have a job, one of the things many people will say, I want a job that gives me A, B, C, D, E, F, G, instead of saying, I want and I've done that. And you know what? I've gotten those jobs. And I realized I wasn't necessarily happy. So the other thing is to kind of make it a little broader, is to say, I would like something to fulfill my financial security. I'd like a little bit extra, sometimes a lot extra, so I can have a little fun, or to help others also. So sometimes putting that out, and then, you can just see what happens when you make it a little broader. Okay. Now, the other, so release, relinquish, and request. Now remember, this is also opposite Venus, so it's kind of like the two of them are looking at each other, the full moon. I never say to worship the full moon. That's not what I'm talking about. I look at the full moon as a divine creation, and it goes through its phases, and the moon, through its gravitational pull, or however you want to say it, the scientific reasons, it does affect us. Okay? So the full moon in Virgo with those Taurus, the Mars and Uranus trines, and then opposite Venus. So that Venus is, very loving, very caring. Now but Venus can be a little bit emotional. Venus can be a little bit of a jealous person too, or I should say jealous energy too. Not a person, a jealous energy. So you got to be careful with Venus in some ways. Venus went into Pisces on the 25th, but I've talked about that. So we have these two. This is why I said this would be a good weekend to revisit Valentine's Day, or what the concept of Valentine's Day is. This is a full moon that's very earthy, so it is very down to, getting down to business. It can be a bit of a perfectionist, so try not to be too micromanaging. It's getting you ready, getting busy. Now, it is also, it's like getting like fresh air coming through, spring cleaning. Now, I know for the people in the Southern Hemisphere, it might just be getting ready for your winter also. So, it's cleaning your house. It's just very freeing. I just feel very freeing. Ready for changes, preparation, high motivation and energies. And like I said, this is kind of like a revisiting of Valentine's Day, or what we believe, what we think of as Valentine's Day. So this would be a good time for that special celebration, the special date, whatever it is that, maybe you didn't get to do it, a couple of weeks ago. This would be a good time to revisit that. Okay. So that's what I'm going to tell you about. Now, the other thing about the full moon is this is when, you can do like 3 days before up to, and then 3 days after. So that's like a 6-day period. I myself like the day before, the day of, and then the day after. So since it's 26th in the morning, I would say then the 24th, 25th, 26th, I might go to the 27th too. I put things out that are very special to me. I make like my cards and such, but I'll put out, I actually have them on the windowsill that gets a good moonlight type of energy. But if I put it outside, I always make sure that I like double seal it with some baggies, okay? Because it does get a little damp and a little wet, and I don't want them to be, I don't want them to become mushy. Anyway, that's really what I want to tell you about with the full moon. It is an important time. There's a lot of celebrations. The 26th also has a lot of it's not necessarily that you receive, it is received, but it's not necessarily that everything is all perfect. But this has the energy to say we can be very, very positive. We can also triumph. We can also just get busy and get things done. And, again, it's that thing of it's taking back control, or taking of control. And it has, and a lot of my Tauruses have been feeling this already. And it's just stepping up to that plate. And there's a big determination with this energy. Okay? Whew. So I do feel that my earth signs will probably, be more, they will feel this quite strongly, but it's also too, please don't think that if you are the earth will kind of get down to business. The fire signs, this is going to fuel your passion. The water signs, I feel this is also, this is also gonna, it's like, just kind of feeling with my water signs, just get going, get going, get going. And then with my air signs, again, we are in an age of Aquarius. This is that thing. Put it out there, speak it out there. You can I kind of feel like with my air signs, you can speak, or even if with all of us, but you can speak it out. You can move mountains. Okay? Okay. Anyway, let's get started with the readings. Hi, my Capricorns. How are you? Yes, we have a full moon weekend. Let's see how this is going to affect you. There's a lot of earth energy. There is no I don't know, is there any Capricorn energy in Pisces? I don't think so. It's odd. I don't think that there's Capricorn. I could be wrong. And I don't think that there's any real fire energy either, but there is a lot of earth energy going on. So let's see what we have for my Capricorns. And again, I do feel that you watching and you waiting. I do feel that you're kind of separated from the pack a little bit, backed up a little bit, kind of like not ready to jump in. There's some cautious energy there, and I think that that is actually working for you. But you can use this full moon, again, that release, relinquish, and request. This is a time for you to really strategize and figure out what it is you do want, for the moment at least, for right now. And again, write it down, put it out there, okay? Okay, here we go. 3 cards, face down. This one's reversed. Let's see what reversed has a stronger energy. Let's see what we have here. Ace of Earth. Earth energy is your energy. It is also our Virgo and our Taurus energy. It's very solid, something you can touch. A lot of times it has to do with money. It has to do with projects, job opportunities, careers. I'm not necessarily seeing or feeling very traditional career for you, but aces are new beginnings, new starts. And Ace of Earth is a new opportunity to make money, a new opportunity on how to create something that you possibly can profit off of. The thing is that I'm not seeing this as being very, very traditional. So again, too, this is one of those things that you might have some sort of a thought in your mind, and you might see, okay, this is where I want to go with this. There is, again, this, let's get this prepared. Let's really look this through and see, let's think this through very, very carefully. The only thing that I'm going to say to you, my Capricorns, is you don't want to, take a really long time to think this through. I'm not saying think this through. Yes, definitely, definitely. And use that full moon energy to put it out what it is you've been wanting. I'm just going to say I do think that you need to take some incremental steps. And, so if this is a new business or a new job, again, too, if this is a new job, then yes, get your resume done, okay? Stop delaying on the resume. Get it polished. Get it caught up. Do the things you need to do to market yourself. Because, sometimes remember, definition of luck is preparation to meet opportunity. So there is a sense of getting ready for this, getting ready to move with this. Also, you may want to be a little bit cautious. The thing is, I feel like you have to not be quite so cautious. But it's not so much what's going to be happening this week as maybe this is a new germination of a new idea. Maybe this is what you're putting out to that full moon. So get ready, get it started. But this is about the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents, or contracts. I like that. This one reversed, here we are, awakening. Okay, awakening. Okay, Archangel Gabriel, looking at things a little differently, not necessarily looking at them the same old, same old. Now we have the 12, so 1 plus 2, 1 is new, again, we have the 1 here, but we also have a 10, 10's transition, 2 is some choices, making some choices, looking at things a little differently. Archangel Gabriel. So again, while you're waiting and waiting, I don't want you to wait too long, okay? I'm not saying you have to have everything wrapped up by the end of the weekend, though, but there has to be some movement here, because I feel like it's like, yes, you want movement, but you're not moving. I feel like I need to kind of give you a little bit of a push, a little energy to push you forward a little more so. And I'm not saying you have to take big leaps or bounds or anything, but you do have to move a little bit. I'm kind of feeling like I'm leaning against that rock, and it's like that rock just doesn't want to move, and so I have to kind of lean a little bit heavier. I don't want that for you. But this is, again, look at things a little differently. I do feel that there is kind of this take a little bit of a chance on life, take a little bit of that emotional risk. And I know my Capricorns, you don't necessarily like that because that makes you a little bit more vulnerable. And that's not necessarily comfortable for you. It's not comfortable for most of us. Here we go. So look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So you have Archangel Gabriel here. Now, next card, balance. Okay, so that 1 again, but we also have a 4. 4 has some stability to it. But you can add 1 plus 4, comes to a 5, becomes some change here too. So again, it's again, you can have all the wonderful ideas in your head, but if you don't put a little bit of action behind it, nothing happens. Okay? So if you're thinking of something, I'm not saying that you have to jump into it. In fact, usually because there's so much earth energy here, I'd say don't jump into it, but explore it. Investigate it a little bit more. You have to look for it a little more, okay? And, I feel like there's a lot of tightness here, and it's like loosen up a little bit more, okay? Loosen up, explore a little bit more. Look to see so this weekend will be very good for doing that, okay? This weekend will be really good for some of that introspection, putting this out again, connecting with higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, sending you Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Zadkiel. So, the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. My thing is, though, is that sometimes you wait and you wait and you wait. And that's the thing with the balance, is that you wait for the perfect timing, but I just got to get you to move. I got to get you to move a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay? Okay. Because there is something right around the corner. There is something that you've been thinking about. This is very earthly energy. Again, and it could even be any of those relationships. It could be that personal, intimate relationship. It could be that job relationship. It could be, a home relationship. But it's just kind of like, I got to get you to move a little bit. A little bit. Maybe a little bit. How's that? So this weekend is one of those things. So what is going to be your next step? So plan out your next steps. Or at least think about what your next steps are going to be, my Capricorns. Enjoy that full moon energy. Enjoy that earth energy. But then think about what your next steps are going to be. Because again, I just feel like I just want to push you. Because my Capricorn, you can be very solid. You can be very immovable. So let's see what we have here. This one's reversed. The 10 of Raphael. So whatever this is about, this does seem to have an emotional energy about it. So this is more about that personal, interpersonal, or that family and home. It could be about your job too, but this has more of that emotional vibe with this. Again, we have some 10s here, so there's a lot of 10 energy here. There's a lot of 1 energy here too, also. So, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. So if that, so ace, so there's a lot of 10, there's a lot of 1 energy, new start, new beginning. Again, I need you to get moving. I need you to take a little bit of a risk, a little bit, not a lot. Not asking you to do a lot, okay? But just a little bit. Move a little bit here too. But Raphael is our water energy. It is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, fluid. It's very emotional. This is happy family. This is blessings to the family. This is connecting with that emotional partner. Okay? So again, I need you to take a little bit of movement. You don't have to do a whole lot, but just a little bit. Now, if this is a job thing, like I said, get your resume started. There's a little bit of rigidity. I don't know, is it rigidity? It's just like, I just want to just kind of rock. I just want to rock the stone, rock the rock, and get just a touch. I'm not trying to make it go down the hill, but I just want to move you just a touch. Okay, but 10 of Raphael is lovely. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members. Happily ever after. So to me, this feels very much a personal type of energy here. So, and that Ace of Earth is all about you. And there is a ton of 1 stuff here. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1. So we have those 4 1s there too. So if you want to look up those, 1111 for, angel numbers. There's a lot of one energy here. New start, new beginning, new opportunities in many different places. Yes, Earth does have that work energy, but it also has that home, that home energy too. Having a place to call home. Okay, what crystal or energy would be helpful for my Capricorns? Here we go. Sapphire. Now, I do not have sapphire. Sapphires are quite beautiful. Channeled wisdom, psychic ability, self-expression, destiny. Oh, I get excited when I hear destiny because that means you're going where you need to go. This is why you were created. And again, so I love destiny. I do love destiny. So my Capricorns, can we get you to budge? Can I get you to budge just a little bit? I know, it is what it is. And you know what? Perfect timing will come anyway. So my Capricorns, though, remember the button. Please like, share, subscribe. It does help, and I thank you. As always, my Capricorns, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.